Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you may find yourself. And welcome to Beyond the Bins, a podcast that explores the various ways that we, the human species, are navigating a rapidly changing world as it relates to the environment, sustainability, conservation, ecology, and more. My name is Laurel. Here, we'll share stories, ideas, and pose questions about modern man's relationship with the natural world and where to go from here. Everyone loves a good hero story. Just look at box office performances over the last decade. From 2015 to 2019, all of the top grossing films could be claimed by either the Marvel or Star Wars franchises, and at least 7 of the top 20 grossing films from 2020 to 2024 fall into the superhero category. Hero stories go back a long way. Some say that the Epic of Gilgamesh, parts of which can be traced back 4,000 years, was the first recorded hero story. What is it about the hero narrative that people love so much? I'm no literary scholar, so for now I can only speculate. Perhaps there's something satisfying about seeing justice get served in an often unjust world. Perhaps we like to think of ourselves as the heroes of our own stories. But here's something to consider. Can a hero complex be counterproductive when it comes to taking meaningful action? We have all heard the term save the planet before. As if Mother Earth is a damsel in distress who has been cruelly thrown off a building by a dastardly villain, and we, the caped hero, must swoop in and save her before it's too late. Here's something you might have never expected to hear on a podcast like this, and I'm going to paraphrase a bit by the late comedian George Carlin. The planet is going to be just fine. Yeah, you heard me right. Unless we send the entire world's nuclear arsenal to the Earth's core and literally blow up the Earth, which I don't know if that would even happen if we sent every nuclear weapon to the Earth's core, the planet will go on. Life will go on. Life has survived some intense stuff. Scientists identify 5 major mass extinction events in the history of life, caused by everything from massive volcanic eruptions to meteor strikes, and yet, to quote Jurassic Park, life finds a way. The question is, what will happen to us, and to the various plants, animals, and fungi and so on that live on Earth right now if we continue living and using resources the way we do? What will happen to our water supply, our air quality, our health? Is all the plastic in the ocean destroying the Earth? No. But what is it doing to the ocean's biodiversity? What is it doing to economies that rely on fishing? What is it doing to our bodies? Not too long ago, I was enrolled in a program to get a teaching certificate. And part of this involved designing an elective about sustainability for middle schoolers. I decided to incorporate some basic sewing skills into this class. Sewing is one way to practice the reduce and reuse part of reduce, reuse, recycle. If you mend your clothes rather than buy new ones, you're both reducing the demand for raw materials to make clothes, water to grow cotton, oil for polyester, and so on, as well as saving money. Did I save the world by teaching a small group of 11 to 14-year-olds how to sew? I won't lie. There's a part of me that likes to think that 50 years from now, someone will be listening to this podcast and they'll say, well, actually, Laurel, you really inspired those kids, and one of them went on to completely revolutionize how clothing is made to be more eco-friendly and led a revolution to have an economy based on repair rather than consumption. But The most realistic best case scenario is that at least one of those kids might have a skill that will help them save money, and they might think a little bit differently about how they relate to their stuff and try to make a habit of repairing before disposal. Maybe, just maybe, this is where the answer is. Thousands of little things like this adding up to something bigger. Here's a question though. How do you market this? How do you turn this idea of thousands of actions taken, ideas shared, and so on into a short little bit that has the same kind of punch as save the planet? That's something that might just need some further pondering. What do you think? Can a hero complex paralyze us from taking meaningful action? Do you disagree and think that it's alright if one is motivated by feeling like a hero? Do you have any ideas for a slogan that can capture the power of thousands of small actions and influences? This is where I invite you to leave a comment. You can find me on Blue Sky, where my handle is at Beyond the Bins. That's Beyond, THE, Bins, all one word. You can also find me on Facebook as Beyond the Bins Podcast. Thank you for listening, and take care. This episode was recorded on the traditional homelands of the Ute, Diné, and Pueblo peoples. This episode also makes reference to George Carlin's 1992 stand-up special Jamming, as well as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and the 1993 film Jurassic Park. One more thing I want to add is that while I was in the process of writing this episode, I stumbled upon a video by PBS Terra that posed the exact same idea of challenging the notion of saving the planet. I'll post a link in the description, but one of the main points made in that video is that all living things shape their surroundings, and humans have been shaping their surroundings since time immemorial. The question is, how are they changing the environment? Anyways, as I said earlier, take care and see you next time.